watchers, welcome to a movie review tonight. Totally Flawed movie review. And tonight I'm going to review a film called, I've been watching this, not sure how long I've finished now, finished ages, about 9 o'clock I finished it, I don't know now. And it's a film called Death Ship. It's an old film, it's a 1980s film, 1980... what that name is, 1980 I think it was. And this one stars Richard Grenner and George Kennedy. Oh, this is a really good film, by the way. It's really enjoyable film, and it's crossed between a film called, have you ever seen a film called Triangle and a film called Ghost Ship? It's kind of crossed between them two. Look at the Ghost Ship poster. It kind of has that same kind of thing, yeah? And it's kind of got the same story, similar story. Not, I won't say. Well, kind of like haunted ship kind of situation, Ghost Ship, but yeah, really interesting movie. I really enjoyed it. It's about this like ship that kind of rams into other ships on the ocean and stuff. Of course, at the beginning of the film, you see it at the beginning of the film, of course, on its destination for its next victim and stuff like. Because you see it like moving on its own and stuff like. No passengers on board at all. And then later on, no, not later on, about a few minutes in the film, you see like an ocean liner ship with passengers on, and with kids on and other passengers and stuff like that. And you know, it's an interesting one. It's an interesting film. I really dig the atmosphere in this film. Really cool film. Cool action. Cool. Of course, like I said, at the beginning of the film, you see the ocean. Like of course, that ship crashed into that ship. And George Kennedy plays like a captain in it. Of course, later on in the film, it goes a bit doolally, because he gets like possessed, kind of like possessed by the ship, kind of, and there's a slight bit of a twist where the ship's from and stuff like that, and you think, oh, interesting. Of course, it's from the past. Of course, it's kind of got a past to it that you unexpected, of course, and yeah, cool. The ship, I love the ship. I love the ship too. The ship's freaking huge. It's like freaking hell, man. It's like, wow, gonna explore that ship. It's pretty cool, actually. If they ever happen to be able to think, yeah, I've got to explore that ship. It certainly looks pretty creepy. But yeah, the ship, the Death Ship crashes into the ocean line. Of course, then it leaves only a few survivors to get. Of course, when you see the survivors, you actually see them on this raft thing. I don't know what it is. Like a raft part of the ship, isn't it? I don't know. Of course, Finger's character, George Kennedy's the captain, he kind of vanishes, then he kind of pops up out of the water and he's like in and out of consciousness and all that, stuff like that, and you think, and then he starts acting a bit strange, and he starts acting really strange later on, and starts a bit of a spoiler, he starts killing off some of the characters in it, because it's like, because the ship's controlling him somehow, of course. Yeah, so when they do get onto the ship, they explore it first, they look around, then they find. Then on the ship, there's like this freaking movie room where it's like his old film reel and stuff like, and that was pretty cool. And it's like, oh, it's like 1940s, I think it is. Yeah, because it's like, you know, 1940s anyway. So anyway, I won't say too much, but let's just say you do see a bit of Nazi action there. So yeah. Of course, when they do land on the ship, a character does get killed right off the bat and stuff like that. So yeah, it's got the guy from what's that guy's name? He's on. There's an actor called, I can't remember his name now, but I've seen him quite a few films. He's on films like Unforgiven and True Romance and films like that. And a really good actor, I like his actor. He's on here, of course. So it happens to his character in the film. It's quite crazy actually. You think, oh, okay, this ship actually has got his mind of its own. It kind of controls. Somebody controls the ship and stuff like that, and of course then it starts controlling Finger's character in the film because he keeps in and out of consciousness. One part in the film where this woman's looking after him, looking after the captain, right, because he's all in and out of consciousness, so of course, so it's controlling him, of course. Then she sees these sweets in this cabinet or something. This figure, she eats it, right, and then she goes and watches film with the other people, right, and of course next minute her face is all freaking like weird, you know, and then Finger's character, spoiler, he strangles her, and of course, and he kind of does that in the film. He starts to try to kill off all the other characters in the film, and there's a nice scene where a woman gets in the shower naked, of course. So yeah, that's what I want to say. I thought, oh, cool, nice. Yeah, the ship is kind of creepy. Actually, it has like a face. It kind of does have a face after the ship does, because when you see the ship, it's kind of got two eyes. It looks like it's two eyes, but it's like thing at the front, and it's kind of got a mouth at the bottom. It's like this is the way the ship's designed. This way it's painted and stuff. It's all rusty and stuff like that. But yeah, it's got some crazy moments in it. Like the shower scene was good. The woman's face is all freaking screwed up. It's a pretty cool scene. What else happens in it? Of course, George Kennedy's character is the captain. He's like, actually, before I do that, the guy in Rambo, I think it's Richard Crenna. I think it is. Yeah, Richard Crenna. He's on the Rambo films. He's on this, and I'm thinking, wow, he's a great character. I like his acting. He's a brilliant actor. You know, he's a fan. He's great. He's great on the Rambo films. But yeah, George Kennedy was on the Naked Gun films. Fun films, by the way. Even those two films even saw the infamous O.J. Simpson. So anyway, like I said, strange things that's happening on the ship. It's like I said, it's costume triangle, because on that film the people are actually on this. They end up on this boat and stuff like that, and of course, Ghost Ship. These people end up on this ship that's haunted and stuff. That these other people are. So it's kind of costume then too, you know. So yeah. Really enjoyable film, by the way. So yeah, I enjoyed this. No, actually, I've never even seen this film until I was watching Corroded's video, and he was like, he's on about this film called Ghost, Death Ship, and I thought that sounds really interesting. A ship that's haunted and stuff. Okay, I'm in there straight away. So yeah, I love ships that are haunted. I love them. Any kind of film like Ghost Ship and films like that, and even Virus. That's a science fiction horror film, but I love that thing on the ship where creepy shit starts happening on the ship. If you give me that kind of film, I'll watch it straight away. I just love those kind of films. I'm intrigued by it. It always intrigues me. But this is intriguing. This is really interesting movie. A really good film though. The cool thing about it is these are all shipping it too. It's not like a model. It's actually a real ship where they go on and stuff like that. So it's cool the way they did it. It's fantastic. There's one part where there might be actually I will add a few spoilers in this film where they go after George Kennedy's character because he kills the girl in it who's in he throws overboard like, and they're like, well, you bastard, like they go after him, like. Of course then some weird shit's happening where they go after him, and then they're in a room where it's like he vanishes and they're in this Nazi room with Adolf Hitler posters on the wall and stuff like that, and they're like, what the fuck? And then they go out and they're in another room with the film reel and stuff like that, and then this Nazi stuff starts happening. There's like always this video and stuff like that, and they start acting all crazy and stuff like that. And the characters start to go a bit crazy, of course. Then something happens to this other character, and it's like, what the hell? 1 minute he's in a room, next minute he's in this freaking thing at the bottom. So yeah, of course his character doesn't survive much. So yeah, it does leave a few survivors, of course. A bit of a spoiler, but I won't say who. But yeah, really good, really atmospheric film and creepy as hell. I won't say the scariest film I've ever seen, but if they ever remade this, I would love it more terrifying, creepier. I suppose you could call it. I suppose in a way it's like Duel too. Instead of a truck, it's a ship. So yeah, remember a film called Duel, Steven Spielberg film with the truck shoots off. It's kind of like that in a way, because the ship actually crashes into other freaking ocean liners and other ships like that, just to sink them. So that other survivors can go on there and get killed by it. So yeah, sorry, I'm a little bit off. I've been having a busy day, so I'm a little bit out of it, so I can't really focus that well. But it's got a great cast. It's got some great death scenes in it. I wish I digged. I did dig the death scenes in it. I love the ship on it. It's fantastic. So it's like I said, it's a big freaking ship. It's massive. So oh wow. Of course, they're trying to get off the ship, but the ship isn't letting them get off. There's one part where the ship drops the lifeboats. You know, the lifeboats, and it kind of starts dropping them. It's like, oh shit. And even they're like, oh bollocks, you know, we're screwed. Yeah, it's a good film. I enjoyed it. It's a big ship anyway. It's a creeper. So yeah, I'm gonna cut this review short now. The end part was great. I enjoyed the last one. You know, to be honest, it kind of leaves it open for a sequel. I'd love to see a sequel to this. Not a remake. I suppose they could do a remake sequel, kind of a reboot sequel. So yeah, wouldn't mind seeing that actually. Someone could do that. So yeah. So the rating I'm going to give this film a quick rating. It's 8 out of 10 because I really enjoyed it. It got solid performance from the cast. There's some great death scenes, and I just love ghost ship films. I just love them. Haunted ghost ships, fantastic. Yeah, ships that are haunted. I love it. I just love it on the ocean and nowhere to go. It's just fucking fantastic. Explore the ship. Oh, I just love it. Just love it. So yeah, 8 out of 10 for Death Ship. Really worth it. If you ever seen the film on the shop and you think, oh okay, I say pick it up. It's definitely worth a watch. So yeah, it's a fun movie. It's got some solid performances from the cast and George Kennedy, Richard Crenna, who's a fantastic, both great actors. And the ship's the star of the film. It's really fantastic. It's a creepy looking ship, and you think, oh okay. And then when you watch it, you think, oh, that ship could be out there somewhere, killing people. It could be. When you watch it, you think, the last part is pretty cool. Oh, okay, the ship's still kind of like, okay. I won't say too much apart from that ship could be out there somewhere, killing people, you know, bashing into ships. So yeah, so like 8 out of 10 for this. So good film. So yeah, if you like my review, people, so like I said, I've had a busy day. So anyway, I've got to upload other clips too from reaction videos and other film reviews. And anyway, have a nice evening, people, and remember to subscribe to my channel, and have a nice evening. And may the 4th be with you, by the way. So yeah, so yeah, see ya.